Hey you guys, it's Mandy, This Lovely Path, and I wanted to make a video about our homesteading goals for 2017. I considered making my husband do this video with me because he would add a lot to it, and since he's doing a ton of it, and he's really easy on the eyes, so you guys would watch more of it. But he's not big into being on the video, so that's something I'm going to work on, is trying to get him to participate. But I just want to kind of go over some of the things that we hope to accomplish on our homestead, farmstead, whatever you want to call it, in 2017. Some plans have had to change a little bit. We've had some changes in our circumstances, and so we have kind of scrambled to figure out what we're going to do first in order of importance to us. We're still talking about that. We're still working on it. We have a few things that we wish we had done when we first got onto this property last June. So we haven't been here a year yet. We're still learning the land. We have a little under 5 acres here, and so we're just getting used to it. We're in a new climate compared to what we're used to. We are used to very mild temperatures in winter, and we now live in East Idaho, so that's not the case anymore. And so it's just been a learning process. We're getting used to things, and I'm sure it's going to be continual. So my intention with these videos is not to teach. We are very much in the trenches learning how to do this. So of course I will share things that we figure out along the way, but it's more just documenting like our process as we do this. We have wanted to own land and do a mini homestead farm type thing for, gosh, several years. We've always had a small garden, but that was, on a city lot, and so and we had chickens on a city lot. So we did what we could in small ways, and now we're getting to expand, and it's obviously going to take a lot to learn. And so I hope that you guys will be patient with this. I hope that you'll share any wisdom that you have, because I'm all about learning from people who have been there before. So if you have wisdom, please let us know. So some of the things we're gonna do, we hope to accomplish: a huge garden. This is kind of freaking me out a little bit. My husband has actually always been the one to kind of do the garden in the past. Dang, chickens are getting up in the front flower beds again. He's always kind of done the bulk, the big part of the gardening, and I have not, and it's going to be on me this year. And not only am I going to accomplish a huge garden for the first time, but like I said, we're in a completely different climate than we're used to. And so that's going to take some learning. I'm reading a ton. I love reading. I have a ton of homesteading books and stuff like that. But I know that it's the kind of thing that it's going to be personal experience that teaches me more than anything. And so I'm freaking out a little that I'm going to fail and everything's going to die. We're going to get nothing, but it's part of the process, right? So a huge garden, vegetables, herbs, and flowers. I know flowers aren't really important, like in the scheme of things for most homesteaders. That's not what they're thinking about. I love beauty. I thrive on that. I have a really hard time functioning if there's not beauty around, and so I really value that, and so flowers are on the top of my list. Which leads me to something that I regret not doing as soon as we got on this property. And I knew it, and yet I still kept neglecting to do it, which was start composting. I had tried to track down wood chips, and we thought we had some, and then we didn't, and we never started a compost pile, and I'm kicking myself for not having done that as soon as we moved here. So if you just bought Homestead, start composting, start a pile somewhere. I don't care if you don't have anything yet. I really wish I had done that. I really want to do the Back to Eden style garden, but that's not really going to be possible this year. So this year I'm going to do what I can in the ground. The previous owners had a garden plot. I'm going to use that. I'm going to expand it, but I'm going to use that. And we'll see how that goes. I'm hoping as we start composting this year that next year will be an even better garden. So I found some blackberries that come all the way down to zone 3, so I'm thrilled about that. Those will be arriving sometime in June, and I'm really missing blackberries from Oregon because they're everywhere. They're like weeds, and I was surprised that I found some that can come down as cold as we get here. And so we're gonna do blackberries, and there are several trees that we would like to try. We haven't sat down and put them in order of importance yet, but we want to do things like we would like to grow pears. We would like to see if there's any pears that we can, I think I found a couple of varieties that can come cold, but I know pears are super finicky. It's my husband's favorite fruit, so that's why it's important. I'm not a huge pear fan, but so that's something we would like to try. We would like to try to do things like huckleberries and blueberries. I would like to do mulberries. We would like to do a hardy kiwi. There's quite a few. I'd like to try to do chestnuts. So there's quite a few things that we would like to try to start establishing, knowing that those particular items will probably take at least a couple years to establish and bear any fruit. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what we end up getting to. The blackberries are ordered. That's the only one that's set right now. We need to figure out fencing. We're trying to figure out how to do fencing right now the most affordable way possible, because as everyone who's tried to do fencing knows, that's a huge cost. And so we're trying to source that, figure out how we're going to do that. My husband really wants to do a pig. I'm not as keen on that because I don't even like pork. So for me, that's not huge. But that's something he's always wanted to try. And my 10-year-old wants to do a pig for 4-H. We told him we got to figure out what the heck we're doing first. And so next year he would like to do a pig for 4-H if we can get it figured out this year with our own personal animals. So we'll see how that goes. We have meat chickens that we're going to do with some friends. We're going in on that together. They don't have the property, but they have the experience, and we have the property, but not the experience. So hopefully that works out well. I have other friends who absolutely hated their experience with meat chickens. All we can do is try it, right, and see how that goes. The way we would like to do that ideally is in a chicken tractor. We have some plans and some ideas. My husband needs to get that built. So a chicken tractor is on our the top of our priority list this year, and doing the meat birds. And we are trying to figure out right now if we're going to do chicken tractors for our layers or if we're going to fence them in, because I could flip the camera around and show you. They're everywhere, and I hate dealing with the free range. I like the idea of the free range chickens because I want them getting the bugs and the nutrients, but I don't want them pooping on my sidewalks and my flower gardens and stuff. So we need to contain them. And so right now we're going back and forth with the chicken tractor or just some sort of flex netting or something like that that we can move around the pasture. So that's something we're contemplating. We are also wanting to do, did I skip straight from pig to meat chickens? So the pig, we got to figure out pig stuff. Sheep, we're hopefully going to be getting a sheep for meat. So once again, fencing, we'll have to figure that out. And we have a source for that. So that's on the list. I need to breed my milk goat when she's of age, so I will have milk for the last half of this year, last third of this year. I'll be able to start milking my milk goat, and hopefully she'll have a girl, and then I will have 2. Obviously, well, the baby would not be ready, but that'll get me set up. We need to figure out. let's see what's on my list. Our orcharding, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I always forget how many apple trees we have. We have 5 apple trees, we have a peach tree, and we have an apricot tree. And we want to figure out how to do that in the most holistic, organic way possible. So we're not willing to spray our trees, and we're gonna, I'm pretty sure the previous owners have done everything the conventional way. So we need to learn more on that, and I'm reading a book about it, and we're studying it. But once again, I know personal experience trumps book knowledge in those kinds of things, and so hopefully we can get a good crop this year like we did last year with the apples. The peaches and the apricots did not do well. We did not get much off the trees, and nor had the previous owners ever gotten much off the trees. So we'll see how we can get those pruned up and hopefully get those producing more. My son, my 15-year-old, does meat rabbit, so that's his gig. We don't really do much in the way of that. He does everything on that, from the breeding them to butchering. So I would like to learn to pressure can. I have never pressure canned, so I'm scared to pressure can. So we'll see how that goes. I would like to learn that. I've made soap and candles a couple times, and I would like to expand my knowledge in things like that and do more of it. And I have done fermenting for a few years here and there, but I would like to really get on that, learn more, ferment more, so hopefully it can preserve our bountiful garden through fermenting. Another thing I wish I had done that we didn't do when we first moved here was the strawberry beds are full of weeds, and when we first moved in they were just starting to fruit, and we had so much to do. We moved in the middle of June, and it was go away, and it was weeds were starting, and we thought, oh, we're not going to mess with that this year. Well, we have 6-foot high thistles and stuff in the strawberry bed, so I wish we had gotten on that right away. It's going to be a fun mess to deal with this spring. I'm hoping to get most of the weeds taken care of as soon as they start popping up and get that under control so we don't sacrifice any of our strawberries. Things that we have decided we're gonna wait on are bees. I really wanted to do bees, but bees are expensive. They are a huge learning process, and they do you need something? And they're just not high on the priority list right now. So we're gonna be waiting on bees. We're gonna be waiting on a cow. We're gonna be waiting to do meat goats. We're not gonna try that this year. We've never even had the meat, so that's just something we're gonna wait on. I have a lot of friends that do meat goats, so maybe we can at least try some of their meat and see if it's something that we even enjoy. Something else I would love to do, but is gonna have to wait a while, is a greenhouse. It's just not in the funds this year. We've got too much other stuff going on, with my husband needing to build chicken tractors and better structures for some other things. So a greenhouse is not in the cards this year. Hopefully next year at least a small one will be. Sorry, I've got kids walking around in circles around me, and chickens and a dog. So anyway, so those are some of the things that we are doing and aren't doing in 2017. I'm sure I've forgotten something, but let me know if you've got wisdom to share it, because this is just us winging it. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you later. I'll keep you up to date in the progress. Bye.